There are always two versions of any story, the one the public sees and the one beneath the surface. In this case, millions have watched a poised figure stand in front of cameras, delivering calm statements and appearing unshakable. They have admired her strength, shared her public statements, and expressed concern for her missing mother. But what they have not fully grasped is the depth of the personal tragedy behind the composed exterior. This story is not only about the headline events, it is about layers of grief, pressure, and lifelong questions running quietly beneath the public eye. The age of achievement. At 54, most people reach a point of stability and recognition for decades of hard work. This is an age where effort and sacrifice are supposed to translate into reward, where professional struggles are behind you and life feels solid. For someone who has spent decades building a career, balancing family, and enduring constant scrutiny, this stage is meant to be one of achievement and calm. It is a stage where one can finally feel established, validated, and secure. Yet that sense of arrival was shattered in a single moment, disrupting everything that had been carefully built over a lifetime. The day everything changed. On February 1st, 2026, life as she knew it was upended. Her 84-year-old mother was discovered missing from her home in Tucson, Arizona. Authorities confirmed a kidnapping, instantly thrusting a private family crisis into the public arena. From that day forward, she had to navigate two simultaneous realities: the public, controlled persona expected by millions watching, and the private, raw grief of a daughter fearing for her mother's life. The world witnessed composure. Behind the lens, fear and heartbreak ruled every minute. The duality of her experience illustrates the profound complexity of coping under intense public scrutiny while enduring private trauma. The physical urgency. The first layer of tragedy is the immediate physical risk to her mother. At 84, her mother relied on essential heart medication. Each passing hour without it increased the danger to her life. The kidnappers had not just taken a person, they had taken someone with urgent, life-threatening medical needs. The stress of knowing her mother's survival depended on time, while being unable to act directly added immense pressure. Every statement made to the public, every carefully crafted appeal, was overshadowed by the acute awareness of her mother's vulnerability. Physical danger intertwined with public duty, creating an unbearable tension only she could fully understand. Performing under pressure. Her ability to function publicly is remarkable, but it is also its own burden. She was raised to handle pain, fear, and uncertainty through performance. Weakness, vulnerability, and hesitation were lessons she learned to suppress early in life. In moments of crisis, she instinctively sets aside emotion and focuses on action. This capacity for composure under unimaginable stress is not a neutral gift. It is a product of upbringing, reinforced over decades. While the world interprets her calm as strength, it is simultaneously a layer of tragedy, forcing a woman to contain profound fear and grief to meet expectations, both personal and public. The shadow of a mother's philosophy. Her mother, though loving, instilled a philosophy that equated strength with worth. Vulnerability was something to hide. Composure and achievement were measures of love and acceptance. This guidance shaped her entire approach to life, forming a template for how she responds to crises. While it enabled professional success and public admiration, it also created a silent hunger for reassurance that achievement alone cannot satisfy. The lessons that made her capable under extreme pressure also left a quiet, persistent question in her heart. Am I enough beyond my ability to perform, to succeed, and to endure? A lifelong question. The deepest tragedy is not simply the missing mother or the national attention. It is the unresolved emotional question she has carried for decades. From childhood to middle age, she has measured herself against an ideal of strength and self-sufficiency, seeking approval and love through competence and composure. Yet the fundamental question, am I enough, has never been fully answered in the way she needed, unconditionally, without expectation. The person who could give that answer, who shaped her belief system and love standards, is now absent at the moment when it is needed most. This void intensifies the personal tragedy beyond public comprehension. The weight of public scrutiny adding to the private agony is the unrelenting public eye. Every statement is scrutinized, every emotional display analyzed. She must remain composed for millions of viewers while privately fearing the worst. There is no room for authentic despair, no tolerance for breakdowns in public. The pressure to perform, already instilled from childhood, now collides with a real, life-threatening crisis. Functioning at this level requires a dual existence, appearing unshakable while internally confronting terror and grief. This dichotomy is a unique form of suffering that amplifies the tragedy, turning a personal loss into a national spectacle. The intersection of love and expectation. Her mother's love was fierce, intentional, and shaping, but it came with expectations. Strength, independence, and composure were intertwined with affection. Love was unconditional in intent, but conditional in expression, requiring proof through action and resilience. This intersection creates complexity. Gratitude and respect for a mother's wisdom exist alongside a lifetime of longing for a simpler affirmation. The current crisis exposes both the power and limitations of that upbringing. The daughter's extraordinary ability to cope, shaped by love and expectation, is both a survival mechanism and a source of profound internal pain. The simple words that matter. Amid the layers of crisis and public performance, the simplest expression of love remains absent. What she needs most now is not guidance, praise, or another lesson in composure. She needs 3 words that speak directly to her lifelong question. I love you. Not because of achievement, resilience, or public admiration, but because she exists, inherently and unconditionally. These words, long deferred by circumstance and shaped by childhood expectations, would finally quiet the hunger for affirmation that has followed her for decades. The absence of this reassurance makes the public tragedy deeply personal, quiet, and unrecognized. The hope of reunion. The ultimate hope lies in reunion, a moment when her mother can return safely and convey the unconditional love that has been missing in explicit form. That moment would acknowledge not only the physical danger that has passed, but also the lifelong emotional need that has persisted. For decades, her question of self-worth has gone unanswered in the simplest, purest way. When those words are finally spoken, they offer a closure that no public accolades, media praise, or professional achievement can replace. It is the restoration of a bond and the quiet resolution of a lifetime of unspoken longing. Conclusion. Beyond public tragedy, this story is multi-layered. Public crisis, physical danger, lifelong emotional complexity, and the relentless expectations of performance. The public sees composure, the surface of strength. The private reality is a woman enduring unimaginable fear, longing, and unresolved emotional questions. The deepest tragedy is not just her mother's absence, but the absence of the unconditional affirmation she has sought her entire life. When her mother returns and speaks those simple words, the hidden grief can begin to heal. Until then, the world watches admiration while the personal heartbreak continues quietly, profoundly, and unseen.